as we talked, you and I talked about the other day, when would you release information to the press? And Bobby said, exact thing. That's when you do it. As you were talking, Bobby, I was looking at some notes, and I saw even one more piece of evidence that would show premeditation is besides the burner phones, Ms. Adams also bought like 3 stun guns, just like a week before the missing, the deaths. So therefore, I mean, you just want to pile on little bits of information, all circumstantial evidence, all showing premeditation. This wasn't an act of, instant sort of temporary insanity where somebody's passions are inflamed and, somebody strikes you and you strike back. No, this was cold-hearted, cold-blooded, premeditation, probably at least several weeks before the day that they did it. Really, really sad.
Mike and Bobby, at 9:42 on the day they went missing, which I believe was the 30th of March, Miss Adams had made a phone call from her house to Veronica, and that was the last interaction they had. Now, of course, she was smart enough to leave her real cell phone at home, and now the burner phones were on the scene. So to me, that kind of technology is outstanding, and that's got to be the FBI's involvement.
Yeah, the FBI has special teams now that that these guys, these men and women, that's all they do is cell phones. They become such experts in cell phones. And, every time a new version of a cell phone comes out, be it a Google phone or whatever, they have different, encryption, and they have different safety features and stuff. And then, so they have to go to work to how to defeat that and how to keep track of that stuff. And so it's an ongoing battle all the time, but it's really important because you can see how it makes cases, and none of us can live without our phones anymore, even the criminals, and so they try to leave their phones at home or there was a case where it might have been in Idaho where he shut his phone off so it wouldn't track, but the gap where his phone is off speaks volumes. Because it's here, and then it's off, and then it's over here. And it's like that gap hurts you even more than if you had left it on, because now it's obvious you didn't want your phone from point A, we know, to point B, it reappeared. That gap is really telling. So they can try to be clever about it, but often technology is going to win the day. And as they try to hide things, it's not going to work.
The son of Miss Adams, Tiffany Adams, her and her boyfriend, these two challenged individuals, Tad Burt Cullum, they have court records of them threatening to kill her son, who is the baby's father. The children in this case are a 6-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son. And as Mike said earlier, this went back to 2019, but they have on record. So this guy, Tad Cullum, who this judge is proud to call his friend, had a record, in a court record, a family, that he and Tiffany Adams threatened to murder the baby's dad. So it's like, and this judge, that's like baffling to me. This guy's going on national television. We're still friends. Like, dude, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, he's shocked. That amazes me because I didn't know that. I'm missing a lot of some of those facts because I've been busy with other cases. But like, how is he shocked that his friend was involved when his friend's on record, in the court where he presumably sits as a judge, if not on that case, but in that same courthouse probably, how could he be surprised if his friend is already engaged in threatening behavior, terroristic behavior? It's baffling. You're right. That guy probably should consider a vocational change because, the very term judge,
cows or something. I don't know.
Insinuates that you have some level of judgment. You can judge people. Like, you see this guy and you should have some instinct, that says that's not a good dude. And he clearly misses that talent. But you mentioned